Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Sierra. And here's her story. And Sierra is a longtime subscriber, part of the Borderline series with her mother. If you remember, sent in some pretty good audio recordings. The Immaculate Conception of Herpes is a fan favorite. So here we go. Hi, Ollie. I'm sending this letter with contribution. It is from my grandmother again. This one came in the mail. In the past, she would send me letters in a card, but I apparently don't deserve cards anymore. The Dear Abby column reeked of a narcissistic subplot also. The writer wrote in about guilt-tripping mom. Family is important. I miss you. Abby said the writer was just feeling guilty about living abroad. She comes home for a few months every year despite being 25 and taking her guilt on her poor mother What the fuck? Yeah, it's a projection. Those Dear Abby shit, like those online, those are all set to fuck people's heads up. Trust, read them. It's all about honoring your father. Blood is thicker than what is bullshit. The trip to New York is the one where the recordings you've played in the past originated. These are the recordings in which my mother talked at length about her herpes-fueled BDSM orgies and being victimized by baseless allegations of stalking the grandchild of her ex's new girlfriend. Witness the shameless rewriting of history and gaslighting. The projection about my personality is truly incredible. My mother knows exactly what she is. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Sincerely, Sierra. So on to Sierra's grandmother's letter. And this is a photo of the letter. So let me try to blow this. All right, perfect. All right, perfect. And this is recently. She just sent this on June 10th. Dear Sierra, I would like you to read the Ask Amy column reprinted on the back of this letter. It is very apropos to your behavior last month. Remember, Sierra's is 30. This is talking to her like she's a child. Your hostility is obviously due to the guilt you feel for your behavior on the trip to Cincinnati and New York, not your mother's behavior in the years past. Where does she get off telling you what you feel and why? No, it's about this. It's not about how your mother. Oh, the nerve. Since your personality keeps you from accepting any bad behavior on your part, you have assigned the guilt feelings to your mother, rather than accepting that your behavior was not what you would have expected of yourself. The only problem with this, grand bitch, is we've heard her mother's actions in multiple recordings. We've heard it for ourselves. Your so-called therapist is bad news. Was that me? I hope so. Your so-called therapist is bad news if she cheered you on. This is in this remarkable tirade on Facebook, which has been told to me by others. Oh, the vagueness. That is a great, great narcissistic line. First, they're coming after your support system. You know, my father did that when he tried. Well, he does that when he comes on here as Bunny Rabbit. But he also did that when he threatened my therapist in a letter if I sue her. You know, others told to me by others. So that's to let you know, oh, I got people informing me about you. That's all narcissistic tactic. It can have it can have detrimental consequences for you in the future. Future employees and clients can request your activity from years past. Just because you delete it from current view does not mean it is not there forever. So you're not going to get hired because you don't talk to your mother? Is that what you're saying? Your Facebook page should not have nothing on it but sweetness and light. Your actions show an absence of empathy for someone who cannot defend themselves. Well, we heard this woman. This woman seems like she can defend herself just fine. Empathy is a characteristic required of someone who must work with those who have little means to cope with the world. That is your profession. In addition, attacking someone who has no opportunity to defend themselves, she's already said that. It seems like your mother has had plenty opportunity to defend herself and has no problem doing so. Where there is no defense counsel, no proof of charges are required, no impartial jury to determine what, if anything, happened, shows a lack of understanding of how a justice system works. This isn't the justice system. It does not show you in a good light. It would cause me, as someone who has hired, to think twice before hiring you. Your father works, and that's blacked out. He is nearing retirement. What he puts on Facebook will not affect his ability to stay employed. You are not in that same position. So right there, the rules that apply to your father don't apply to you. Why? Why? Because he's nearing retirement? Bullshit. She's trying to justify why the rules don't apply to you. That's what she's trying to do, and that is absolute bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. Because anybody that would fire you, anyone who would fire you or not hire you over that type of stuff, you don't need to be working for anyway, and you wouldn't be happy working for. Period. Because it just shows you they're the same type of people you're trying to avoid. And why would you want to get involved in employment like that? They're doing you a favor. That's what your grandmother doesn't understand. That she's doing you a favor by writing you this. Not because she's giving you some kind of guidance, because she's fucking telling you exactly who she is. And that should tell you that your mother wasn't created in a vacuum. She's just emulating the shitty behavior of her own mother. You should be well aware of the difference. Apparently you are not. Is your therapist aware of the difference? Yeah. Yeah. Clearly I am. Because anybody who wouldn't hire her or fire her over this, she don't need to be working for anyway. And wouldn't be happy and wouldn't be healthy for her. Oh, bitch. Your actions have alienated many in your family except your father and blank. If that was your intention, you have succeeded beautifully. Your actions did not change the events of the trip to New York, nor change the guilt you feel. Sierra feels no guilt. Trust me on this. It's all anger. The proper course for you should have been accepting the fact that you wanted to visit blank more than visit New York. Telling your mother the truth, apologizing to your mother, and planning a different visit to see her. Instead, it always goes back to the apology. They're always looking, you see, just like the last video, okay? It's like she's her lawyer for the apology. We'll settle on an apology. Because once they have that apology, that's you admitting you're wrong and to be used against you. Well, you apologized. Never, ever apologize to the narcissist. Instead, you attacked her for imagined misdeeds so that you have justification for your own behavior. This whole letter is your own imagined. This is all projection and her telling you that line. Instead, you attacked her for your imagined misdeeds so you have justifications for your own behavior is exactly what your grandmother's doing right now on hers and your mother's behalf. You might want to write down the positives and negatives of your choices when you decide to assuage your guilt feelings by attacking an individual you have hurt on social media. The individual most hurt by it is likely you. That kind of behavior is a big red flag to employers, especially in your field, I imagine. It would be, in my field, technology, where close collaboration is required. Guilt is destructive. It is far better to own your behavior and accept it and move on. If you cannot, I feel sorry for you. You will not have the kind of life you deserve. From your elderly grandmother. She actually wrote elderly grandmother in quotes. Grandma. P.S. A lifetime of being careful of what I ate, giving blood donation, and eschewing big pharma drug company products have paid off for me. I have no plaque in my cardiovascular system or in my brain. In that sense, I'm not elderly. Many people much younger than I am are as elderly as is blank. I think that's her dad. She's trying to tell you she's going to live forever. She's telling you she's God. She's pulling her mask off, telling you she's the one really in charge. This is, and you should just frame this. You should just frame this. I mean, because this is the narcissist. This could have been written by my father too. This could have been written by my father as well. This is borderline personality disorder. This is what it does. This is the entitlement it gives. This is why they're monsters. They're absolute monsters. We've heard this woman's voice. We've heard this woman's words. We've seen her manipulation tactics for ourselves. Yet this old bitch comes on here and basically tries to threaten Sierra's livelihood by, if this gets out, to shut her up. Tell her that her memories are fake, and why she's doing this is because she's projecting it for what reason? She doesn't give any reason why. So Sierra's just evil, right? Right? But we've heard her mother's own words and saw her mother interact. And now we're seeing her mother's behavior based off of that. But we're to believe Sierra's the problem. That's why those borderline that's why those borderline communities, man, are so dangerous. That's why accepting borderline personality disorder as some type of disorder that needs to be pitied is so dangerous. Because this is borderline personality disorder. That's it, laid out right in front of you, right in front of you. So, thank you again, Sierra, for another contribution and another update on the story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on The Resistance, you got a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, phone call, have a private video made or Facebook chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video for someone else or just sponsor the channel in general, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. And if you're still unclear, wait for the instructional video link to pop up at the end of this video to walk you through all of that. Please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance. Take care, everybody.